Next case, we are going to discuss case B, where m1 dash equal to j1 minus 1 and m2 dash equal to j2. Again, you can put j equal to m equal to j1 plus j2. So this will be clear why we are putting like this. It will be clear soon when I discuss some topics just now after this. Okay. So you can put again put j1 plus j2 equal to m equal to j. So again R2 becomes second recursion relation becomes, this was the second recursion relation. Okay. So that becomes root of j plus m. What is j? M is also j. J plus j, then j minus j plus 1, then m1 dash, m2 dash. That changed. j1 minus 1, j2. Okay. j1 minus 1, j2. Then jm. Okay. j1 minus 2. Sorry, j into m minus 1. J, then m minus 1. J minus 1 means j minus 1. J minus 1 equal to square root of j1 plus m1 dash plus 1. So j1 plus m1 dash is this one plus 1. So minus 1 and plus 1 cancels. So j1 plus j1. Then j1 minus m1 dash. j1 minus m1 dash. m1 dash is j1 plus 1. Then get what is the m1 dash plus 1. So m1 dash plus 1 is j1. Then m2 dash. m2 dash is j2. Then get jm plus square root of see j2 plus m2 dash plus 1. So j2 plus m2 dash. j2, m2 dash is also j2. m2 dash is also j2 plus 1 into j2 minus m2 dash. So m2 dash is j2, j2 minus j2. So that is 0. So that scalar product remains there. We don't have to write. So this becomes 0. Second term becomes 0. Earlier first term becomes 0. Now second term becomes 0. So you simplify this, you will get this is 2j root of 2j. Then this is plus 1. Then j1 minus 1, j2. Then j comma j minus 1 equal to, here it is root of 2j1. Now this one is j1 minus j1, 0 plus 1, that is 1. Okay, again this is root of j1 j2, j1 plus j2, m is also j1 plus j2. So this is equal to 1 using equation 1. Again that recurrence property. Using the previous one, you can see that this is 1. So now you simplify, you will get j1 minus 1, j2, j minus 1 equal to root of j1 by J1 by J. J is J1 plus J2. So this is our second equation. That we can call it as C2B. Call it as C2B. Okay. Now we have two more clutch cordon coefficients for M equal to J1 plus J2 minus 1. Okay, two more. That you can find out using the orthonormality of clutch cordon matrix. So there are two more clutch cordon coefficient with M equal to J1 plus J2 minus 1. And both of these have J equal to J1 plus J2 minus 1. So these can be found, these can be found using the orthonormality or orthogonality of clutch cordon matrix. Okay. So I will explain what is that, how you can find the next two terms for the same M value. So let these two coefficients, clutch cordon coefficients, are denoted by C2C and C2D. Let us denote the coefficients by name C2C and C2D. Okay. Then we can write, actually it will be like this, C2A, C2B, C2C and C2D. Matrix will, inside the matrix it will come like this. Okay. And there will be many other terms. So this is one block out of the block diagonal form. This will be one of the block. This block will be one of the block of the whole clutch cordon matrix. Okay. So using the normalization, we can write C2A square plus C2C square of this one plus this one. C2A square plus C2C square equal to 1. Okay. So what is C2C? Then C2C square equal to 1 minus C2A square. C2A square we know what is J2 by J1 plus J2. Actually C2A is root of J2 by J1 plus J2. Take the square of that one. So this one, that will be 1 minus J2 by J1 plus J2, and that is nothing but J1 by J1 plus J2. You subtract from 1, you will get J1 by J1 plus J2. This is the C2C square. So what is C2C? So C2C equal to root of J1 by J1 plus J2. Okay. So we are not directly calculating the whole Clash-Coda coefficients. If you know the first two one, we can calculate the next two one using the orthogonality. That is the easiest way. Okay. Now using the again using the normalization, you can see that C2B square plus C2D square, C2D square, C2B plus square plus C2B square equal to 1. Okay, so what is C2D square? 1 minus C2B square equal to 1 minus C2B, we know root of J1 by J1 plus J2. So square is J1 by J1 plus J2, which is J2 by J1 plus J2. So what is C2D? C2D equal to J2 by J1 plus J2. Okay. Square root of J2 by J1 plus J2. Okay. Now use the orthogonality of this block matrix. Okay. So we can find the orthogonality of this block matrix. So I told the diagonal will be the negative sign comes on the diagonal. So it is nothing but use the orthogonality. So that is this was our matrix. So this was our matrix C2A, C2C, C2B, and C2D. So orthogonality means C2A into C2C plus C2B into C2D equal to, this should be equal to 0. So that is the orthogonality. Okay. So from that you will get from that you will get C2C equal to let this one go to the other side, then divided by C2A. Okay. So minus C2B C2D divided by C2A. Okay. So this is equal to minus C2D. Then you substitute for C2B and C2A. Okay. This is root of actually C2A is root of J2 by J1 plus J2. C2B is J1 by root of J1 by root of J1 by J1 plus J2. So this will be root of C2B is J1 by J2. Okay. So this shows that C2C and C2D are opposite in sign. Okay. So in the matrix, see C and D are opposite in sign. These two are in opposite in sign. So you take this one as negative, C2D as negative, that will be on the diagonal. So C2D you should take as negative in order to have the. So we say that C2C and therefore C2C and C2D have opposite sign. So conventionally C is taken as positive and D is taken as negative. So conventionally this is taken as positive and this is taken as negative conventionally. Then only the orthogonality, actually anyone you can take as negative, but usually C2D is taken as negative conventionally. Okay. So we can say that we can make a correction in the earlier equation. C2C is same, C2D is minus root of J2 by J1 plus J2. So earlier we wrote C2D as +1 by using the normalization, but orthogonality, when you consider, it should be taken as negative. So this is the final way of taking C2D. Okay. So this lack negative sign. So this one is the correct minus. You should take as minus. Okay. So we have calculated all the four coefficients for the first case. We have the 2 by 2 matrix. For the four values we have calculated. The value is almost like with a 1 with a negative sign. Now consider the next case. M equal to J1 plus J2 minus 2. Okay. So I am not doing this, but we can explain this corresponding to this. We will have a corresponding to this. We will have a 3 by 3 block matrix or submatrix. Earlier we have 2 by 2 matrix. This can be obtained in 3 ways. We have already discussed this can be written as 3 ways. So correspondingly we have a 3 by 3 submatrix. So corresponding to J equal to J1 plus J2, J1 plus J2 minus 1 and J1 plus J2 minus 2. And for the M1 values, M1 and M2 values, M1 M2 equal to J1 J2 minus 2, that is one option. When you add this, you will get this one. Then J1 minus 1, J2 minus 1. Then J1 minus 2, J2. So we have 3 options. These are the 3 options. Here also, the first 2 columns or 6 elements you can calculate by using the recurrence relation. Okay, so the first I am not doing, I am just simply saying how you can proceed. First 2 columns or 6 elements are obtained by recurrence relation. Okay, and the last column, okay, 3 elements are obtained by ortho using the obtained by the orthonormalization of the rows. Okay, so you can continue this way for any, so you, for any j1 j2 value you can find all the plus cordon coefficients. So this is the method. Continue this process until you evaluate all the clustered and remaining blocks of the desired matrix. Now finally ensure that the obtained matrix is an orthogonal matrix, and for that we have a procedure that I will discuss now, how we can obtain the orthogonal matrix. So there are some, now I am going to discuss some thumb rules. If you follow that, you will exactly end up with the exact form of orthogonal form of Clash-Gordon matrix. So this is the rule. Okay, some people use some tables, but I am discussing the general case. So you draw a matrix, okay, like this. So we are going to have the M1, M2 values corresponding to the Jm. So these are the uncoupled bases and these are the coupled bases. And first we have to write the M1, M2 values. So structured state, M1 equal to J1, M2 equal to J2. Okay. So correspondingly, what are the J value? That is J1 plus J2. And what is the M value? That is also J1 plus J2. This is the structured state. Corresponding to this, the Clash-Gordon coefficient is 1. So this is our first block. Or I think this is clear. This is the choice of phase we discussed. The first term Clash-Gordon coefficient is taken as unity, a real, plus 1. Okay. So next M1, M2 values are, we have already told J1 and J2 minus 1 and J1 minus 1 and J2. These are the two ways by which you can obtain the, we have already just calculated this case. So corresponding to this, we can write what is the J value? J equal to J1 plus J2 and J1 plus J2 minus 1. And what are the M values? J1 plus J2 and J1 plus J2 minus 1. Okay. J2 or J1 plus J2. Okay. So according to these cases, we have the two matrices, which are C2A here C to C and C to B. So we have obtained the, according to this, we have obtained a 2 by 2 submatrix, which is a block. All the elements are 0. These are all 0. Okay. So this is the way you can proceed and find all other submatrices. So this will M1, M2 values will continue up to minus J1 and minus J2. Okay. So that will be the lowest value of M1. Correspondingly, the J values and M values, etc., etc., J value goes up to J1 plus J2. Okay. And M value goes to minus of J1 plus J2. Okay. So this way you can find all the block of the Cleskorden matrix. So this is a thumb rule. You can easily find the all the Cleskorden coefficients by writing like this. Now we will do an example which we have already did earlier. Example, J1 equal to half and J2 equal to half. The two spin half addition of particles. Okay. So these are the matrix. Okay. You write the M1, M2 values and Jm values. So M1, M2 values are half, half, okay, and Jm values are 1, 1, and corresponding to that, Cleskorden coefficient is 1. Okay, next M1, M2 values are half, minus half, minus half, half. So that will be a 2 by 2 matrix. And corresponding to what are the Jm values? J is 1, 0, and 0, 0. M values are 0, 0. Okay. When you add these, you will get the M value 0, 0. Okay. And correspondingly, we have a 2 by 2 submatrix. We have already calculated that. Or you can calculate now J1 root of J1 by J1 plus J2. Sorry, J2 by J1 plus J2. Root of half by half plus half. That is root of half. That is 1 by root. So these are not 0 and this is 1 by root 2. And similarly, all the J1 and J2 calculating not all these matrices will be 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, and this will be the C to D, which is it should be negative. Then to the orthonormality, it should be negative. So all these are 0, 0, now 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This should be the last one should be minus of value. J value is 1, M value is minus 1. Okay. Corresponding to that, it will be again 1. So these are the rules. So this is a 1 See this block 2 by 2 submatrix. So 1 by 1 matrix, 2 by 2 matrix, again 1 by 1 matrix, and this will be minus 1 by root. Okay. So I will write the one more example which I have given to you, and only one student did that homework. J1 equal to 1 and J2 equal to half. I think everybody has attempted that problem. So I will write that. So in this case, first case, we have already discussed how these values comes. I will simply write when J1 equal to half, M1 equal to half minus half, J2 equal to half, M1 equal to half minus half. So J equal to 1 comma 0. Okay, so when J equal to 1, M values are 1, 0, minus 1. When J equal to 0, M equal to 0. Okay, so the uncoupled basis M1, M2 are half, 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 minus half, then minus half, half, minus half, minus half. These are the uncoupled basis. Uncoupled basis. And coupled basis are equal to 1, comma 1, 1, comma 0, 1, comma minus 1. Then 0, 0. These are four coupled bases, and these one are uncoupled bases. You can connect with these two with this matrix, 4 by 4 matrix. Okay, I will quickly write the example. J equal to 1, J1 equal to 1, and J2 equal to half. So next example, J1 equal to 1, J2 equal to half. Calculate all the M1 values, F values. What are the M1 values? 1, 0, minus 1. What are the M2 values? Half and minus 1. Okay, so what are the M values? 3 by 2, half, minus half, minus 3 by 2, and plus half, minus half. So 6 M values. Okay, so now you draw the diagram, matrix, flush cordon matrix. So these are the M1, M2 values, and these are the JM values. So I will write the M1, M2 values in order. So 1, half, 1, minus half, 0, half, 0, minus half, minus 1, plus half, minus 1, minus half. So these are in order. You check, you can see that when you add these, that comes in the lower energy values. So JM values correspondingly we have 3 by 2, 3 by 2, half, 3 by 2, half, 3 by 2. And correspondingly the M values are 3 by 2, half, half, minus half, minus half, minus 3 by 2. Okay, so after writing all the values combinations, when you add M1 and M2, you should get the corresponding M values. So only you should know the order in which M1 and M2 is writing, then you can simply write the JM values. So this one, condition. Next is 2 by 2 matrix. which is 1 by root 3 root of 2 by 3 root of 2 by 3 minus 1 by root 3. So all other terms are 0. Okay. Next block is also equal to matrix because symmetry should be done. So this is a block diagram for the next will be this block. That will be root of 2 by 3 root of 1 by 3 or 1 by root 3 minus root of 2 by 2. 2 by 3. This will be the next block. Next will be again 1. All other terms are 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. And 0, 0. Order here. J1 equal to 1, J2 equal to half. So you have, I am giving you 2 homeworks. You should complete. If you complete this, you will be an expert. J1 equal to 1 and J2 equal to 1. Homework 1. Okay. Then actually this will be a 1 by 1 matrix, 2 by 2 matrix, 3 by 3 matrix, then 2 by 2 matrix, then 1 by 1 matrix. Like that. Block diagonal form. Coefficients you can easily calculate using that recurrence relation. Now one more higher example you can take, just like 3 by 2 and 1. So complete this homework, then you will be an expert in calculating the flush Gordon coefficients, which are very important. If you want to do any kind of theoretical research, you should know how to add these angular momenta and how to evaluate this flush Gordon matrix. Then only you can do something in any theoretical work, higher level theoretical work. Even when you do experimental work, you can support with some theory, spectroscopy experiments. You should know how this angular momenta will be combined in quantum mechanics and how to get the resultant angular momenta. So we have completed the addition of 2 angular momenta. Similarly, you can calculate the addition for 3 angular momenta or 4 angular momenta. So these they are known with different names. So general name is